But I didn't. There it is. So people go, "Hey, Barbara, how are you, Barbara Colosimo? I'm sure I'll pronounce it right. Barbara Colicia Ramsauer. Such a cool name. There it is. My phone is actually connected to the studio here, so I can see all that fun stuff. Da, 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 da. But anyway, hello, how are you? It's Sunday. I absolutely love you. You always make me smile. Aw, well, thank you. It was an interesting day today because I it was my mom's birthday um today. And she would have been, gosh, 80, 90 something. If she were alive. I have to look it up. I have the information. But yeah, it was, I woke up this morning and went, "Oh, what is today?" And it just hit me. It was my mom's birthday, August the 8th. And so it was kind of cool. And I always feel her around me. It was so funny. Is that for those of you that saw the picture that I put up? I put the picture of my mother. I've got the actual one in the frame over there. Hold on, let me go get it. Hold on, I'll be right back. The frame's over there because I got to tell you the story about it. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Thank God I'm wearing shorts. Lots of times I'm just wearing underwear. But I'm back. I'm back. Happy birthday to you, beautiful angel. Yes, she is. So let's see. Hold on. I got to get the right and the left one done because this is connected. Anyway, so yeah, and this was the picture. This is the only picture I have of my mom. And if you noticed, this was in a frame forever, in another frame. And you can see her little pen holder there. Well, what happens is I was like in my 30s when I got the picture. And so what happened was I took the picture out of the old frame. And when I was putting into this frame, if you look on my Facebook page, you'll see her pen holder has the word smile on it. And it was just really interesting because as a little kid growing up, because I do cartoons. I can actually draw really cool cartoons, and I'll be like an artist. And I would always do these cool graphics. But the one that I always did, ever since I was a kid in elementary school and high school, and as a young adult, I would always write the word smile, and I would create these Peter Max type psychedelic things with the word smile. And I had no idea why I did it. You know what I mean? I just had this urge to write the word smile. It was something that just, I don't know, it was always sort of spiritual inside of me. I mean, we all say smile when you're feeling down and smile when you're da 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 smile da 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 dum da da dum. But it wasn't like that. I mean, I like that song, but what happened was I had I just realized when the word smile was there, I just knew it was my mom kind of reaching out from the other side. I mean, I'm a very spiritual person for those of you. Hey, Cinema Hot 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 and Domina Arma, how are you? Susan Douglas has joined us. Hi. I will say hello to everybody, and I will look down here and see the names because I've got everybody's comments coming in. But anyway, back to the picture. So when I took this out and it was the word smile, it was like, oh my God, it was subliminal. That was my mother's favorite. She always used to tell people to smile. And she had such an incredible, I mean, I know I was 5.5 years old when she passed away, but like I wrote on my Facebook page this morning and on my Instagram page, I wrote that every single day I remember her. I remember her. I close my eyes and I remember her. I know what her voice sounds like. I can remember her laugh and her smile. And when I was 5 years old, it was like, I would say 6 to 8 months before she passed away. We lived in Annapolis, Maryland, and my mother worked as the assistant to the governor of Maryland at the time. So we lived in the state capital of Annapolis. We lived in this really cool place, three-story place on West Street in Annapolis. And what was interesting this one day, as a little kid, I broke a Coke bottle on the patio, and then I tripped and I fell into the Coke bottle. And then what you can see here, you can actually see the things, but this finger will never go straight ever again. That is it. I sliced it off almost when I fell into the glass. It almost sliced my finger off at 5 years old. And I still remember my mom, at the hospital. I mean, she flipped out, as mothers do, I guess. And I just remember her rushing me through when they fixed my finger and kind of glued it back on or sewed it back on or whatever they did. Yeah, I just remember her. One of the greatest things is her racing me through the hallways of the hospital, going, "Michael, Michael, motorcycle!" And it was, I just remember that. But they tried to. I used to go to this. I remember 5 years old going to the therapist guy, the physical therapist, and they kept bending my finger, and I would scream bloody murder, going, "Stop it! It hurts!" And but anyway. Back to the story of Smile. It was just something that my mom I remember so well. She had such an incredible aura about her. And, it's just one of those things, somebody says, "Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad." Yeah, it's sad, but my life and what happened from that helped to mold me into the person that I am. And I truly believe, as I said, I'm not a religious person at all. I'm sorry. I may offend some of you, but I'm sorry. The Bible is a bunch of crap to me. That's just my feeling. I'm neither Christian, neither Jewish, just because it's in my blood, both of them. I just prefer to be a spiritual person and believe that there's a supernatural being, somewhere up there around us or whatever, I believe that there's something else after this world. And when I almost died of COVID last November, I saw the white light when my heart stopped in the back of the ambulance and they brought me back. I know. I mean, my thing is people go, "Oh, psychics are fake or spiritual things. People can't see what's happening from the other side." And I'm going, "Yeah, but you've got a book that you take verses and psalms out of that you say, oh, the guy turned, created bread out of thin air. Fish came flying into the boat." You sit there and you go, you believe those miracles, but you don't believe that people can see things or feel things or that there's people who are special. You know, you can't unsee the finger. But anyway, so I truly, back to my mom and different people who I have had in my life that have passed away, because it's the hardest part about getting older. As you get older, more and more people die around you. And but they're there and they're spirit. I mean, does anybody else feel that? Know that? Domina, hold on, look what she wrote. Hold on. Let me get where's there she goes. There we go. Now I can't unsee the finger. There, you have to look at it. There it is. But I mean, you can't tell. So okay, there's the straight finger. Okay, see it? That's it. Nobody ever notices it because we don't walk around like this. We walk around like this. So if you were to see that, okay, hold on. Which one's the fucked up finger? You can't tell only because I showed you, or you see the scar or the scar. Anyway, I'm just being silly. It's a little fairy tale book. No, you're right. It is. And it's like, how can people believe that? All those little miracles and things and rising, you know what I mean? How can people believe that? Yet they don't believe that there are spirits, that there's something else beyond this world. We are energy. Energy never dies. I don't know. But I guess we'll all get the fucking answer one day when we all croak. But I know when people are around me, it was so weird. Like today at the pool, I might get a little emotional, but today at the pool, I was laying there by myself and I'm just laying there and I'm thinking about, what I wrote this morning on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And I was just thinking about my mom. And I said, Mom, I know you're around me. I love you as much today as I did when I was 5 years old because I think of you every day. And I know you're here. And I actually said those words out loud. Nobody was at the pool, as you all know. Nobody goes to my fucking pool. I have it all to myself all the time. But I said those words out loud. And I said, Mom, I love you. And I know you're around me and protecting me. And at that exact same time, this breeze just came up and just wrapped itself around me. It was like a comforting breeze. And, I know that was her. I just know that was her kind of hugging me. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? Hey, happy Sunday. I hope the smoke went away. What is this? Hold on, Nikki. I have the same finger issue. Cousin slammed my hand on a car door when I was 2 and it never healed. Right? So I'm not alone. We're both deformed. You'll have to send me a picture so I can put it up for Domina Arma to see it because she'll just never be able to control herself after that. That's right, Susan. Energy, exactly. Energy never dies. It really never dies. And it's so funny. Derek White Sky Cloud. Allie talks to me a lot, and it's so funny. You, Debbie Tatel, Corby Mikefield, all of you guys pick up when she is talking to me, and from the other side, because everybody knows how close we were. Allie was like my little sister that I never had. And she and I, everybody used to love her and I going at it because we were like siblings. Hey, Sandra. Wow, look at this. I've seen far too many things not to believe. It is so true. I had my friend Adirius Leo, Adir Viva Valencio on, a week ago on the That's Estertainment. And because you all know, I play the crazy old lady and I play Paul Lind and all that stuff. And there's a picture of me a few years younger. But yeah, so I let people talk. My friend Sloan Bella, who I love dearly, she has helped me a lot in certain things. But they all said your time wasn't, you weren't ready to come up or cross over to the other side when I got COVID. And for those of you that know me, I have had so many close brushes with death. I'm not supposed to be here. But for some reason, I'm still here. Hold on, I need to get a drink. Derek, what Derek said, remember her? Yes, I remember that when you two did the radio shows. I remember that. Okay, let's see. Go back here. So, Nikki, heaven won't have me. Hell's afraid I'll take over. Paul Barassi. What happened to that Paul Lynde movie that was supposed to be in the works? What do you mean the Paul Lynde movie? The Paul Lynde movie, the one with what's his name? Oh God, what's his you have many TV series to do. Paul, is that the one with what's his name? Oh God, the guy. Oh God, he can't act his way out of a paper bag, but he's talking about doing the Paul. What is his name? I can't think of the young actor's name. He used to follow people around with a microphone and attacking them verbally, going, "Hey, I'm funny." God, what is the guy's name? Yeah, well, from what Bruce Valanche said, they have a script. Billy Eichner, thank you. Bruce Valanche told me recently that he had a script, but he's doing another movie, and I don't know. I have the rights, the performing rights to the estate. So nobody's bothered to talk to me. I mean, I've never heard from any of his people or anything. But listen, they can do an unauthorized biography or movie because that's just the way showbiz is. And, it won't be the first time, that somebody who created a role or developed something first didn't get to do the movie. I mean, we can talk Harvey Firestein, different. Harvey Firestein didn't get the movie Hairspray, even though he was synonymous with Hairspray on Broadway and was much better. Harvey Firestein was much better. But yeah, um, no, Dumb and Arma. We didn't even they didn't even bother to write me, or say, "Hey, could you help us?" I mean, here's they won't talk about me, and I found Paul's body. I know the whole story. I actually hold on, there we go. I actually have Paul's autopsy. I have his death certificate and everything else because when I got the permission from the estate and from his family to do the shows and then have the rights, I got to do so much information. Yeah, Hollywood wants to put all the crazy crap out and create all these stories and try to say that he had some hustler over and the hustler left him, and that's not what happened. You know, it's just it just pisses me off. But anyway, from what I understand, it's still in development. He's doing another project first. But the way I look at it this way, if he does the film, it's only going to bring publicity for my show if I decide to do the live show and do it in a theater piece. And granted, I mean, if the way we actually have another script that was written by Billy Butler. Billy Butler and Aaron Strongoni and I wrote the story for Off Center, the Paul Lynde story. And the original, and people, if they knew this, and it's so funny, they call theirs the man in the box. Billy Eichner calls his the man in the box. For those of you that have followed me, we originally called my show Paul Lynde, Man in the Box. And you know, fuck it. Okay, here we go. Hey, Paul. I know Paul Barassi is a very handsome model, and he was good friends with Paul. Right. So you're verifying what I said, Paul, which was, the Hollywood wants to create the stories. The old queens want to create the story that he died with a hustler in bed and poppers and whatever, but what people don't know about Paul is that the final years of his life, he was sober. He and Dick Van Dyke were AA buddies. And people have no idea about that. But you know, so for those of you that don't know, Paul Lynde was Uncle Arthur in Bewitched, and I play him in the one man show. We played it here in Vegas. If you Paul talked like this. Oh my goodness, bats in the belfry, pigs in a poke. Give me a cocktail before I choke. So yeah, so when they do the makeup and the hair and the teeth and all that fun stuff, I try to do my best to look as much like Paul as I can. In fact, I actually wear on stage. On stage, I have his Hollywood Squares necklace. That is the square. Y'all want to see it? I'll show it to you. It's in the other room, but I can grab it. It's my good luck charm. And speaking of like Derek White's Sky Cloud and Allie, who I know is listening, and my other psychic medium friends, one of the things I did when I did the Paul Lynde show, because I literally become him for 90 minutes. I had this Gary Busby, Daniel Gary Busby, who was my musical director on the Paul Lynde show, the original productions. Um, uh, um, uh, Got me a psychic reading when we were doing the show, and this psychic was before I met Allie. It was this was way back 2004, 2004, 2005, and she told me, she said, Paul is watching. Paul knows you're doing this show, and he wants you to do it the right way, but when you do the show, you must light a candle. And this is what I used to do before every performance. I would be in the dressing room. I would ask everybody to leave so I could be by myself for the last 5 minutes. In the last 5 minutes in the dressing room, I lit a candle and I just said, Paul, I know you're up there. This is your show. You can come down now and you can take over, and let's do this. And I would close my eyes and light the candle. And just like right now, I got goosebumps. He would come down and he would do the show. And then what they told me was that when you finish the show, you finish the show, you go back to the dressing room and you go, Paul, it's time to leave and go back, and you blow out the candle because the last thing you need is to pull in his demons that he had. So anyway, I used to do that. It was pretty cool. But I saw your show and yeah, I saw your show on Palm Springs. Thank you. Yes, you did. And that's when I met you. Paul, very handsome man. Hey, Lainey Gelber. Oh my God, there's Lainey. I love this woman. Her son used to be the general manager of the Comedy Store, and I did that. I did this show, this show at the Comedy Store, and that's where I met Lainey and her handsome husband. Hey, Lisa, you look fantastic. Well, thank you, Lisa. Not bad for a guy over 60. Hey, Kathy Leander, how are you? Nice to see you. Yes, CNN did mention Paul Lynde on the thing. Hold on, let me go get the. I'm gonna go get the. Stay right here. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna grab the Paul Lynde necklace so you can see it. It's the one he wore. He actually has it on. He wore it on the cover of People magazine. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to the other room to a drawer that has a. Hold on. Okay, I just scared the fuck out of my dog. He was like, "It's okay, champ. Dad was just going to get us something to show everybody." Okay, hold on. Let me see. I gotta get the. Let's see. I always put in the headsets the wrong way. There we go. All right, so here we go. Let's move the watch out of the way, and there it is. That is Paul wore this on, and this is the gold chain. And he wore this on the he would wear this out. And he also wore it on the cover of, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I was doing it backwards. There it is. Let's see the diamond there. Hold on. There it is. Isn't that cool? So yeah. And so anyway, I wear that on stage, and I thought I'd show it to you. Pretty cool, huh? And let's see. Let's go back. You really look amazing. Hey, thank you, Jay Bowtie. That's very sweet. What's so funny is I am going to be, are you ready for this? On August 31st, I'm going to be 64 years old, and nobody ever fucking believes it. But you know, the people have no idea that you just got to take care of yourself, exercise, and do whatever. And I stopped doing Botox and fillers a year ago. I just said, I think I put this up I think I put it up a week or so ago when I said that um, I started to get Kenny Rogers eyes. And I loved Kenny Rogers. It's you. What was that? Ruby, don't take your love to town. But remember, what happens when people get Botox? You can get it to get rid of this. But what happens is when you do the crow's feet on men and women, it squinches you, because what happens is it tightens up. You can't see, now I can do things. I can move my eyes. But with the crow's feet, what happens is it slicks this out. So what happens is your eyes get smaller like that. So and then you start having these little tiny things. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Let me see here. I just love it. We miss you and Esther, and have never forgotten you and your amazing talent. You look absolutely fantastic. Going up to see Dean on Friday. Oh, give Dean a big hug. You never know, Lainey. My ass could show back up there. I mean, the Comedy Store is doing well, isn't it? I was. It looks like they're getting crowds and stuff, and it's like never gonna die. So who knows? Maybe I might pop up. I don't know who's running the place now. Anyway, I love Lainey. I would have never guessed it, and absolutely an obvious. Oh, thank you, Jay Bowtie. That is so sweet. One more sip. No alcohol, not yet. It's a little. I might do alcohol at 5. Anyway, so let's see. Young at heart and playful keeps you young. That and dating young guys. I swear to God, the older I get, the younger these kids come after me. I've had 18 and 19-year-olds coming after me. And I'm like, I could be your grandfather in West Virginia. No, we have nothing to talk about. And what kills me is some of these young kids, some of these young gay kids, they don't even know who Bette Midler is. There was somebody was telling me the other day, some kid didn't know who Cher was. Didn't know who Cher was. Didn't know Bette Midler. And it's funny because a lot of these young people today, you know, our age, we were brought up, we knew The Wizard of Oz. I mean, The Wizard of Oz is still a fabulous movie, but a lot of these young kids haven't seen The Wizard of Oz. Do you know what they've seen? They've seen, they have seen um, Wicked. So that's how they think of. They don't know. They don't think of the Wicked Witch of the West. They only think of Wicked. Isn't that crazy? That is their analogy of the Wizard of Oz. It's so funny. They have no idea who Margaret Hamilton was. I'll get you, my little pretty, and that mangy little dog too. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. I wonder if I can find that picture. I think. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find this picture video file. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I'll show you the Paul Lynde picture of him wearing the let's see, hold on. Paul Lynde. Come on, Paul Lynde. Where is it? Paul Lynde, People Magazine. Ah, ah, ah. Let's see, downloads. I know you'll love it. Let's see. Where the hell is it? Paul Lynde. Oh, I know where it's at. It's over here. It's in this file, and you will see it. Paul Lynde. Jonathan. Of course, I'm in the wrong file. Let's see. Hold on. You know what I need to do? I need to go over here. If they don't know Paul McCartney was in the band before Wings, they are way too young. Way back in the days. Hold on, Chad. What is this? I had to explain Candid Camera to my kids in the car today while listening to a radio show about Alan Funt. Yep. I remember Alan Funt. And here we go. If they don't know Paul McCartney was in a band before Wings, they were way too young. I mean, unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, no, Brian. They don't know who Margaret Hamilton is. And you know who passed away today or last night? I don't know if y'all remember Jane Withers. Remember her? Jane Withers. Oh my gosh, she did the Comet. What was it? The Comet ads, but she was a child actress. Hold on. Richie Taylor's running the store now, and I guess Paulie is out and lives in Vegas. Gets the store, but we do not go as much since it got different and want us to pay. What? Which is ridiculous since we were always so generous to the way. Anyway, let us know when the handsome face appears here. Well, it looks like I won't be going back to the Comedy Store. I mean, if they make you pay, Lainey, I'm not going back. Josephine the plumber. There we go. I am nope. Not happening. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Hold on. I'm going to find this Paul Lynde picture so you can see. This is what happens when I do shows that I don't prepare for. When I just do these things off the cuff, I never know what I'm going to do. And come on, Paul. Here we go, Paul Lynde. Oh, I need quick access. Paul Lynde. And it's working on it. I'm going to download this file. At any other time, it's Paul Lynde on the cover of People, and I have it in a file somewhere. And you would think I would have it here. Paul Lynde. Okay. Everything. Paul Lynde on Carson, Paul Lynde's bio, the different shows. I love it. Any other time, my computer whips shit out instantly. You know what I mean? And when I want something, it ain't happening. But where the hell? Okay, hold on. How funny. Okay, let's try this. Oh, yeah, I see what I did wrong, like a moron. I spelt Paul Lynde wrong. No wonder it's not finding anything. Here it comes. There we go. There he is. There. Okay, now it's amazing when you spell the when you put the name right. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Oh my God, I put in Paul Lynde in my computer, and there must be 3,000 pictures. Bum, 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 bum. Paul, I bet it's right here. Let's see. Nope, it's not there either. Hold on. Hang in there, folks. You guys are, let's see. Hold on. This is, I know what I'm going to do here. Let's see. There's this picture. So I can put these pictures up really cool. Let's put this right there. Okay, come on, Paul Lynde, People Magazine. Every other time, the People Magazine picture shows up super quickly, but can I find it now? I see everything. Here it is. I found it. And hold on. Come here. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go to up a deep. Let's see. I'm going to go to brand. I'm going to go to where the hell is it? Here we go. Overlay. And I'm going to go to desktop. And add this one. And this right here, there it is. That is the right there. That was the Paul Lynde. And that's the right there is the same one that he's wearing. Isn't that cool? That I actually have. That was when he was on the cover of People Magazine. Pretty cool, huh? Really neat. And then let's see what else. I had another picture. Where was it? This was me doing Paul Lynde. This was the show. That was the show in Vegas. That was me. It's at the end of the show. It's kind of cool. Isn't that cool? Let's see what else. Oh my God, this is a cool picture. I haven't seen this in forever. This was Doris Roberts. If you remember Doris Roberts, Everybody Loves Raymond, one of the greatest character actresses. And we were doing the show at the Hudson Theater in LA. And there's a part in the show where I recreate the ending of the Titanic, and Paul always wanted to play the romantic lead. And so I bring somebody from the audience, and Doris Roberts was sitting in the front row, and she came up and played the Kate Winslet role and basically upstaged me. And it was fabulous. So fabulous. Anyway. All righty. Yeah. Okay. So here we are. We're back. Anyway, let's see. Okay. All these things. Let's see. Maybe under the laughing. I'm texting you while sitting on the beach. So beautiful here. Oh, thanks, lady. I tried to lay out today, and it was so smoky. You didn't get a tan. You got a stain. Hey, Dawn. How are you? How many platforms am I rolling? Okay, I am on Twitch, Facebook profile, Facebook page, Ester's YouTube, Michael's YouTube, and Ester's page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 platforms is what I'm on. Okay, bow tie. Wow. Brilliant, putting the necklace over the wooden frame. Yep. Man. Kathy Navarez, you're so talented. You all are so sweet. Anyway, so yeah, I light a candle and I wear this when I go on stage as Paul, because it brings me good luck. So back to Billy Eichner in the movie. Yes, they have a script, from what I understand. He's doing another movie first, and then they're still trying to shop it and get the financing. I just think he's a terrible actor. He's funny running around with a microphone, but I saw that god awful thing he did with what's her name? Oh, the singer. She sings real high. Oh, what is her name? Mariah Carey. He did that Christmas special with Mariah Carey, and he played a gay elf or something, and it was just hideous. I'm like going, they're going to let him play. They're going to put him in a movie, but I guess he has good agents. And the other thing is, I'm too old to play Paul younger. I can play Paul in his final years, but I could not play Paul when he was younger, even though they have special effects that can do that. We had written the actual script back in oh god, 2006, 2000. We actually wrote it 2006, 2007. Couldn't sell it. Nobody wanted to do a movie or on him. But that was way before Netflix and Hulu and everything else has come on board. So, nobody wanted to do a movie on Truman Capote, but Jesus, they did. And it is what it is. I'm telling you. Yeah, Laney says it's so smoky there too. Yes, it is very smoky in Las Vegas right now. That's all the fires from what's happening is I saw it on the news is the jet stream is coming from like Nevada, California, where all the near Tahoe, where all the fires are, and it's blowing the smoke down through Las Vegas and then back up. So Las Vegas is a valley, sort of like Studio City. Canoga Park is a valley. So when the smoke comes, it just sits there and, it just sits there. It's very humid. That's why when you live in LA, it's nicer to live on the other side of the hill so you can get the breeze from the ocean because it can be shitty during when it's really hot and there's no air. So yeah. Anyway, got any question? Be free to ask me anything. Oh, by the way, I never did these. I created the oh my goodness, it's Paul Lind coffee cups. And I started to do them. We were going to do them last year. And I only did the one prototype because I know Allison Martino from Vintage Vintage Los Angeles. She said, "You better get me one." Hey, Charles Voss, how are you? So, I don't know if swinging back to Billy Eichner and his Paul Lynde project, it's not happening right now because he's shooting another movie, and then maybe it'll happen after that if they get the projects together, or the producers are waiting to see. They're waiting to see if he's good enough of an actor to carry a film. But, it is what it is. I can't be bitter. I just have to look at the positive upside that if he does it, it's going to bring Paul Lynde back into the mainstream. And, what's different now than in the past is you can't erase the internet. Do you know what I mean? You can't erase the internet because you will always be there. So, whenever you look up Paul Lynde, chances are you're going to see my picture. My picture is going to show up somewhere in the Paul Lynde searches. So, it is what it is, and I just accept that and figure I'll be able to sell tickets, and we'll put the show back on the road. Any long COVID symptoms? Any long COVID? Yes, believe it or not. For those of you that know that I had COVID, and I almost died from COVID, but I'm here, thank God. I had COVID fatigue for about 2 months, which was dumb and arma. It was I would take Champers out for a walk, and I would come back upstairs and I would be exhausted. I would have to lay down and take a nap. I'd sleep for 2 or 3 hours. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even do the gym. I couldn't exercise because I was always exhausted. And that was the COVID fatigue. But it took some time to get over that. But what happened was I also found out that I suffer from short-term memory loss. Now, I can remember shit from way back. I can remember Lady Gelber sitting in a booth at the Comedy Store laughing her ass off. I could tell you what she was wearing one night. I can tell you how many laughs we did. I can remember a lot of things, but I'll meet somebody. They'll come up to me. "Hi, Michael. I am Edward." "Oh, nice to meet you, Edward. This is my wife, Candy." "Nice to meet you, Candy." 5 minutes later, I can't remember their names. It drives me nuts. And it's gotten a lot better than what it was. So now what I do is I repeat everybody's names like 3 times. Edward, 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 Candy, Candy, Candy. And then I can remember. And I've had some people get upset with me because I'm sorry, I don't remember what your name is. And they get all pissy, but it's fuck them. Lainey asks, "What are you working on now?" Well, what we're doing now is we're building Ester back up again. As you all know, I was in a lawsuit for almost a year, but we won and they dismissed the case. So that was happy. So we're building her YouTube channel back up again, and we're doing pretty good with it. But I'm also working with my producers writer Gary Busby, who was my musical director at the Comedy Store. for Paul and Esther, and we are working on my new one man show, which is the book that I'm writing. Everybody, those of you who know, I'm writing a book, and it's going to take a long time. But anyway, um, uh, the book, the title of my biography, the story of my life, is called "My Deliriously Fabulous Life," or "How Not to Become an Overnight Success in Showbiz." that that is that. This is it right here. There it is. My Deliriously Fabulous Life, or How Not to Become an Oversight Success in Showbiz. That is the book that we're working on. Hold on. I need to let me move. I had, let me get Lainey down here. Esther rocks. Esther, aw, thank you. Esther's great. She's not here right now. I was going to throw the wig on and put her on, but she'll be here next week. You know, oh my God, who is all these people? Hold on. I want to go back to the banner. Hold on. Brand. So there it is. My Deliriously Fabulous Life, or How Not to Become an Overnight Success in Showbiz. Because I've been in show business since 1975. I was the youngest stand-up comic in the United States, and I was opening for Mel Tillis, Rosemary Clooney, Della Reese. Oh my God, so Brenda Lee, so many different people. And it was the end of the Supper Club era. And for those of you that know me, know that I did all of that. What drives me? Jay Bowtie. What drives me? I don't, what drives me is that I always had to work hard to get what I wanted in life. Okay. How do I explain that? I lost my family when I was 5.5 years old, 6 years old. And I have always worked very hard because I was very poor. We were very poor. I lived with my grandma until she passed away. But I've been on my own since I was 15. But those years prior to that, we were so poor. I went to 22 different schools, elementary, junior, and high schools before I graduated high school. 22 schools. So that makes you want to become very funny because I found out that comedy and telling jokes would keep me from getting beat up by the kids. Because when you're the new kid and you're like the new kid, you're like the new kid twice a year, it's tough. And I vowed that I would never, ever, ever be poor again. I would never live in a house that didn't have a bathroom. We actually lived in a house that we had water. It just didn't have a bathroom. It was in this little town called Huddleston, Virginia, where my grandmother decided to move into this place. It was hell. It was hell. And it was a farm. And it's so hard to describe, but it'll be in the book. There's a whole chapter on it. And it was crazy. But anyway, hold on. Let me see here. Hold on. What drives you? Thought I'd pop and say hi for a minute. Got to go. Okay, Dawn. Bye. Thanks. Let's see. Oh, tall, dark, and handsome drives it. Yes, it does, with an accent. Always loved it. We need a mug her. We need a mug of her on the mug saying something smart. Oh, we are. We're getting ready to do Breeze. Esther's psychic. It's called the kosher psychic. So she's gonna do funny psychic readings for people. So if you have a question, I'm going to be asking people, if you have a question and you think it's funny, or you want to know something about your future, just crazy and outlandish, Esther is going to take out her crystal ball and she's going to do her psychic readings. But the funny part about Esther is when she picks up stuff, it's always something from a deli. Oh my God, I feel like it's a bris. I see a bris. Or she'll, oh my God, I see chopped liver. And whatever it is, this food on the deli menu will always give her inspiration for whatever reading or psychic prediction she may have. But it's all in fun. She's not a psychic. And it's kind of crazy. In fact, I have the wig and the turban in the other room. If you want to see it, I'll go get it. It's really funny. So we're going to put that on TikTok because they're going to be like 60 seconds, and probably TikTok and Instagram is we're going to put those on there for that. So it should be kind of cool. Anyway, let's see. Do the Rat Pack perform every night in heaven? I have no fucking idea. I think they do. Let's see. I got to catch up here on all of the comments. I get, I mean, what is heaven? It goes back to my whole spiritual thing about, you know, the Bible being a fairy tale. And, I just believe it's Sunday, so I can preach. But I just think that there's good and there's evil in this world. And we see the evil all the time. And we also see the good. And I truly believe in karma. I truly believe there's some omnipotent force that created everything that's around us. But, how can this almighty God or Jesus is going to take care of you? Yeah, well, try to explain to me how a woman gets raped and beaten or a child dies of leukemia or, you know what I mean? That's what Jesus saved us. Well, Jesus forgot about the other 2 million people who died. I call it bull crap. And I just believe that there's good, there's bad, there's light, there's darkness. And I truly believe if you're a good person, and even good people do bad things sometimes. We make mistakes. God knows. I try to look at myself as a good person, but at the same time, I also know I did some shitty things in the past. I did drugs. I sold coke to people at one point, back in the 80s. I did some terrible, terrible things. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I just made stupid decisions. And people said, "Did you regret it?" I said, people ask me many times, "Do I regret what I did? That I was a drug addict for a while until I got sober?" And I was like, "No," because at the time it was something that I wanted to do and I did it. And I try not to judge anybody. I see these young kids doing drugs today. I've been at parties in the last few years where there's coke on the table. I have no absolute desire to touch it because I know how the story ends. It doesn't end pretty for many, many people. Anyway, but there's darkness, lightness, there's good and there's bad. And I truly believe if you try to live your life as a good person, good things are going to happen for you. It may be tough at times. We some of us have stronger souls than others. Some of us are able to handle things that other people can't handle. And we have to, um, um, uh, be strong. I feel like I'm rambling on here, but the thing is that uh, you know all these wars from way back, they've never been about land. It's been about fucking religion. I mean, everything has been about this book. Everybody writes their books. There's the Quran. There's there's the Bible. But, there's just everybody. All these human beings, basically white men, back in the day, or not even white men wrote the Bible, from what I understand. The white men have taken it and reconstructed it to make it fit them, but the Bible was written by 12 people, whatever. And it's like it's full of contradictions. I mean, like you're not supposed to eat shellfish and you die. You do this, you shoot your wife, you kill this, you do whatever, you get screwed. I mean, it's the biggest bunch of crock of crap ever. But yet everybody believes that this woman gave birth, the Immaculate Conception, they believe that, but yet they don't believe that there are spirits that talk to us from the other side, that there are things that happen, that we know that there's evil that is amongst us, and you can feel evil. I don't know how many of you have felt it before, but I have felt evil. I have walked along the street and passed somebody, and you could feel the evil. And you also see people who have good souls. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent here. I'm starting to sound like Sloan. I love Sloan. Sloan could go for 2 hours and just keep talking. But one of the things I was going to let everybody know too is part of what we want to do is to get everybody to move over to YouTube, to Esther's YouTube channel. That's Estertainment, because we want to build up the hours. I want to be able to do what Sloan does and get on, and like I'll come on one day, Esther will come on another day. Might bring Paul Lind on. But, we're going to I want to do things so that not everything is just, crazy Esther or crazy Michael, but we can talk about different subjects, be kind of fun. So have we had a good time? I've been babbling for almost an hour nonstop. It's been fun. I am so glad there are a lot of you on here. Thank you so much. Okay, Sandra says, hold on. I felt evil and the good also. Yes, it's there. Also like videos to boost the. Oh, thank you, Dominara. But yeah, uh, it's all about how we all see things, and it's common sense. It's sort of like it's like how the hell do people believe the Bible and all those miracles, but they don't understand that someone like a Sloan or my friend Adair or my friend Allie or my friend Derek White Sky Cloud or Debbie Tatel or Corby, that they can't feel things or see things from the other side. But yet they'll believe that somebody fucking believe that somebody fucking got pregnant from the skies. Jesus came down or God came down and whacked off and got Mary pregnant. She had a baby. Boom. No, I'm sorry. That is just as much of a fairy tale and hard to believe for me because I just don't get it. Anyway, this has been fun. I am gonna, here we go. We'll do this again. Maybe I'll just have Esther come on this week and babble away. I've got one of my good friend, Corby Mayfeld is coming on. She's an incredible astrologer, psychic medium. She's going to come on as a guest. And we should all hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Jay Bowtie. No, it's always fun. I need to do this more often. And we will. But thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys have been a total blast. I was bored as fuck on Sunday afternoon, and I decided, hell, I'm going to come on and talk to everybody, and you all showed up. I thank you so much. This is Michael Arrington and Esther and Poland. Until next time, you have a great Sunday. Have a great week. Stay positive and realize you can do anything you want in this world if you believe in yourself and the fact that you can do it. Love you guys.